Frank is the most dangerous man in the world, known to have liquidated 300 to 500 people in a year. He is the government's hunting dog, and he decides to quit. Why, you may ask? Well, you find out in this video. If you are not apprised to Frank, well, go check out my previous video on the Red series. It covers the whole storyline. Welcome to my channel, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button because, yeah, I entertain. It's what I do. Stepping into the world of Red, we are greeted by a colorful scene with flowers and a man just trimming his garden when someone approaches him from the shadows. It was Frank, of course, but much, much younger. Gardner, of course, knew who Frank was. Matter of fact, he was expecting this. He said, I know why you're here. Just get it over with. Make it quick. But Frank was like, I'm not here to kill you, bruh. You're my brother. His brother actually laughed about this. Yeah. What's your name again? I think you're Paul for this year. He said, nah, my name is Frank. Bruno Frank. Can you stop being so difficult, Charlie? I mean, that's my job, but I'm still your brother. Now, this made Charlie stop. My brother? Your job? Frank, you're a murderer. Your hands are drenched. No, they are soaked in blood. The amounts of life you've taken, the families you've ruined. Yeah, you're a killer. And please don't come by here no more. Frank honestly just wanted to wish his brother a happy marriage life, but he didn't want to hear it. Don't come by. Don't talk to my wife. Don't talk to me. Just leave us alone and go do your work. God help your soul, if there's anything left. Now, hearing that coming out of the mouth of your blood brother, the one man on earth who is actually supposed to have your back through thick and thin, yeah, that shook Frank up. He realized at that moment, this life isn't for him no more. A conversation was about to be had in Vienna. As he walked into the alley, he saw a hulking big black dude. And this dude knew him. Matter of fact, he knew more about Frank than Frank actually understood because he called him the mad dog of the government. He's inside. So Frank went inside to meet his handler, Mr. Adrian. Now, Adrian was a busy man. But Frank wasn't even here to waste time. Adrian, I'm retiring. He said, what? You're joking, right? Frank said, nah, bruh. I stepped into this world knowing full well what I was doing. But now, yeah, I think I'm done. Adrian didn't want to hear it, bro. You are the best liquidator the company has. When we need someone done, you do it right. You can't just walk away. Frank just called his name and said, please. And Adrian knew, yeah, this was serious. Okay, Frank, let's do it like this. We can't just pull you out of the field. I'll give you another gig, one that is less bloody. How does that sound? It wasn't what Frank wanted, but he was still thankful. And Adrian smiled. Don't even mention it, but we know. The CIA types, they are garbage. 10 months pass and Frank has a new gig. He's working security for a new mayor that's about to step into office, a black American. And this guy was like the representation of what Obama was supposed to be. A man built for the people, by the people, serving the interest of just the people. And Frank took this job seriously. Matter of fact, he stepped into the office to give the mayor candidate a bad news. The mayor knew, of course, Frank was here to talk about something serious. So he said, let it out, Frank. And Frank just said it. You're about to be killed. Today, at the latest. I heard it through the grapevine. It's credible. You know who I used to work for. You know I'm attuned. By tomorrow, as soon as you make the announcement you're running for office, you're going to die. The mayor said, Frank, have a seat. And Frank did, because they have come to build a relationship that he knew he could trust. Because this man was a good man. He was here to make change. He saw the people out there, and Frank saw them too. You believe in them too, don't you? You believe in me. So I want you to do your job, and I'll do mine. Protect me. Keep me alive. And Frank smiled because he knew, yeah, I could do that. And so the day went on. It was time for him to announce his candidacy. And he pulled up protected. The cops were everywhere. Frank was on it. He made sure he entered safely. He watched the crowd. He did everything he was supposed to do. And he got into the elevator as quickly as possible. But still, there was a crowd there. And there was one reporter Frank noticed. He pulled in close because she said something suspicious. She knew about the assassination attempt. How did she know that? She said, come in close so I could tell you. And he did. This was a mistake because all she whispered was a word, Red. As soon as she did that, no word was spoken again. Frank was gone. All that remained was Agent Red. As he stepped forth into the elevator, he had a mission, a goal, and as soon as the door closes, he went off. He got his tool and went to work, dropping a security first, anyone who could be a threat. Then the second in command was next, everyone asking the same questions, why? But there was no answer to be given. Bullet to the brain. He looked at the candidate. Frank, why? No answer, no words, just death. And when he was done, he stopped the elevator, looked at his work, confirmed the kill. Right outside, though, everyone was wondering. The candidate's wife and family was wondering, but they didn't know he was already gone. They waited. They tried to pry open the elevator, hoping to rescue the candidate, but Frank had done his job and he had disappeared. When they finally got the doors open, they saw just death. And Frank, well, he had escaped. He was walking the streets. Everyone was getting the bad news as he was running away, that the man they hoped for to bring change was gone. Their father, their partner, was dead by his own friend's hand. And when Frank had gotten enough distance, he realized what he had just done. Jesus Christ, what did I do? He tried to make a run for it, of course, but everywhere was locked. And at that same moment, before he could even break it open, the police were here. They tracked him down. They were ordered to look for anyone suspicious, and he looked mighty suspicious. He tried to defend himself, but they said, get on the ground now. So he obeyed. He was about to be arrested, and honestly, he was happy to be, until he saw her, the last person he saw before he went black. He knew he had to move. He knew she was probably here to end his life. And boy, as soon as he was done with the first cop, he went for her. And he was not playing. Frank was on demon time. He tossed her back, but Shorty could fight. She was part of the company as well. She made moves, but this was still Frank. He knocked her ass through the window, grabbed both arms, and made sure he cracked them both. Like, yeah, you are going to suffer before I end you. But just before I end you, I need to know, who put you up to this? Who are you with? Tell me before you die. Homeboy was cold, and she was colder, because she said, nah, I ain't telling you shit, before taking a cyanide pill and just dying. Literally. This was disappointing, of course, but Frank knew what to do. He had to make a call. He grabbed the phone, said the passcode, and dropped the line, waiting for a response. He got it quickly. And who was it but his handler? This was supposed to be impossible, because he said, yeah, Frank, I saw the news. We need to talk. Come to this apartment in the next 3 hours. Frank said, 3 hours? You're in town? Why? Didn't even take long for Frank to piece it together. He was used. He was planted to kill this man at the greatest opportunity, and that was tonight. Well, Frank was going to get his revenge. He found the safe house where this prick was staying at and wiped his security team. He was coming for him next. But you see, remember that big black dude? Yeah, he came through like, nah, son, I'm his security. You do not touch him. Even Frank was like, bruh, you finna kill me? Homeboy said, yeah, that's what I plan to do. But you see, he made the mistake of pushing Frank onto the counter where a knife was located. With that knife, he made sure to shut him down like a goddamn robot. Now all that remained was him. You betrayed me. You used me. Who the fuck do you work for? Frank was hoping he had turned. He was hoping he did everything for the right reasons, but nah. He made it clear that, yeah, I work for the government, boy. The man you were protecting was the combination of MLK and the Reagans. He was definitely going to become president, and we cannot have that. Frank couldn't even believe what he was hearing. You made me kill an innocent man. He had a family. He had friends. You made me do that for what he would become? What he would change? As if he knew what was coming next, he started to plead. You don't have to do this. You're clean. Frank said, I'll be clean after I kill you and go confess. He said, confess? We already had someone play the part. Yeah, they're already dead right now. You're Claire. That is when Frank finally realized this. I thought I had a choice, but I was only fooling myself. I never did. Jesus Christ, you're a monster. He just laughed because he knew this meant Frank was not going to kill him. I'm not a monster, Frank. You are. You are our monster. Jesus Christ. His life is depressing, and I want to see more of it. write more Red comics because sadly this is the last installment of this series.